Hey everybody, welcome back to the flight deck. We're just under 80 miles from top of descent. We're going to be starting our prep a little bit early. Again, we're using the newer setup for the aircraft, so we want to make sure it's going. I just got to get the thing up and running here. Let me mute that and make sure that CloudBot is actually on. We'll give that another try. Should do it. There we go. So that's back up and running. So let's get in here and we will grab the recent or more advanced weather here. The more recent weather. Bit of a low pressure system built up here over England today. As you can see, the winds are 170 at 8 knots. A little bit variable between 160 and 220. Ceiling and visibility are okay, 10 degrees. 0990 is the current baro, so we're going to put that into standby here so that we have that ready to go. It's taking a bit to crank her all the way down here. There we go, 0990 set. So we'll go through our list. So approach briefing and descent preparation. So we're going to be entering, we're still going to use the ILS runway 27. We're going in on the Hemi 1 Echo arrival into East Midlands Airport. That is all good there. And we go down to our initial reference. We're going to pop down and we'll come in here to our, again, initial reference page. We're going to go to the index and approach, and that's going to take us here. We'll check our data. Everything is looking good. Flight correction, wind correction is all on. It's going to show our ground speed as we come in. We're going to be doing the flaps 30 landing, so we'll make sure that is in and selected. And we're set there. Over to RadNav, we can check our ILS approach frequencies and channels. So we have 10935. 10935 is correct with a heading of 268. That is dialed in as well. You're about to descend as well, Scott? Okay, that's good. And I know Kevin's behind us, so that is all looking good. So that is all good in there, and we'll let the VORs select as they want. Hold, we don't have to worry about. We are all good. We are all good there. All right, so for auto brake, we're going to select auto brake 3. It's only a 9,000 foot runway. We want to make sure we can get in fine. Minimums on this, given the weather's CAVOC, we're going to go in on a Cat 1, so that's going to be 482 feet on the minimums. So we'll get that set up. That's going to give us a 200 foot clearance. Not that we are expecting any clouds anyway, so we'll be good there. Just roll, oops, that kind of got away from me there. Let's roll up. You're at top of descent. Yeah, I've got about 50 miles to go to top of descent. So it looks like I didn't catch up to you after all. That's pretty good. Seatbelt signs are on. That is fine, and we're all set there. Approach altitude pre-select. We're going to set our minimum altitude here. Hey, Elrods, how you doing? Of 2,000 feet, and that's going to be our descent. We should V-path it as soon as we hit top of descent, and then we'll do the restrictions all the way down. So if we look at the arrival, we do have some restrictions here as we come in. We're at 22,000 feet at Hemel, and 8,000 at Peagot, and then we turn in for the airfield. Oh, you did? Yeah, you just didn't want me passing you. Well, Kevin did a good job catching up behind us, so that's that was pretty good. I'm not sure why we got this loop here. I'm just going to go into plan mode for a second. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on there. Let's bring the range in. Oh, okay. That's doing some weird stuff for the approach. Let me just come down here. So we want to be going DTY 38 and CF27. DTY 38, CF27. That's going to be due to our speed. Alright, so that's actually probably going to be looking pretty good. It's just our speed is way out of whack there for that. Alright, so our descent altitude is set. We're currently over the channel, heading in for the coast there, east of London. So we're all set. So we're just get ready for our top of descent checklist. And verify our speed, LNAV, and VNAV path. I'm painting green on gray on this checklist. It's impossible to read. But as soon as we hit the top of descent marker, which we can just make out there, we're going to be starting down. And according to this, it should let us do speed reductions with the flaps. So we'll see how that plays out. If not, we got our reference speed of 152, which means an approach speed of ref plus 5. So that'll be 157. There's the, well, that's the Kent coast there coming up. There's the channel going in. There's London, or the channel, the Thames River. London dead ahead, all lit up there. And if we bring up the indicators and nameplates, well, Kevin's back there somewhere. It's probably dropping in and out of range, given how far back he was. I'll just turn that off for sake of clarity. I did not start the clock, which I should have done. But it's been a good long flight today. I'm gonna go in and turn on my, oops, that's not what I want. I wanted this one. So I'm on the Discord channel for Kevin and I for voice comms. So you should be able to hear us as we get ready to head down. Just getting all my maps and charts lined up. Still at 38,000 feet, and we can see we're about 16 miles from top of descent. And we're 196 miles to the airport. Should have 16.5 tons of fuel when we arrive, and 13 miles to top of descent now. Just going to wait for it to automatically start our descent, and we'll keep this heading until we hit the Lambourne VOR, and then we'll start to arc out. We can see our restrictions there are 22,000 feet coming up for Hemel, which is the entry point into our arrival. And we'll see how she does keeping our speed up right where we want it. Again, looking very nice out here, coming up on London. So we're basically going to fly out this way a bit and turn north and head up towards East Midlands. So it looks like we didn't catch up with the sunset. It's been darkness the entire flight. It's one click too many. There we go. All right, 3 miles from top of descent. I am going to turn our heading indicator to north just in case I need to go in and use it. It'll be pretty much set. There's no button to push to align, which is unfortunate. There we go. Top of descent. Descent is verified. So Scott's having a drink. London area traffic, Skyways 5556, leaving flight level 380, inbound to the Hemel 1 Echo, arrival for East Midlands, ILS runway 27. So we're heading down, our speed is set. We'll see how she controls it. Engine should be coming back to climb. We're in descent mode now. Automatically switched over. It's going to be going 855. We're going to try to peg it at 313 when we do conversion over. We got a 240 below 10,000 feet. We got our next waypoint and restriction is at Hemel, flight level 220. Let's see, Hemel is about 40 miles away. Kevin, of course, flying the Cargo Lux 747 behind us. I'm assuming he's still there. So speed's up to 289. She's slowly going to increase. So if you didn't know, Mach is dependent on air density and it's slightly temperature, but mostly air density. So as you get into the thicker air as you descend, your given Mach number has an increased airspeed. So as you go down, your airspeed will increase for a given Mach number. As you climb, your airspeed will decrease for a given Mach number, and that has to do again with the density of the atmosphere and how fast the speed of sound travels through it. We're looking good. Again, we're going to come down here just to verify 10935. That is fine. Oh, looking good. You're still here. Sim's really struggling though. Uh-oh. That's not good. Alright, we're coming up for 313. We've done the conversion. We've come over on the speed. Engines are coming back to idle. We're going to hold 313 on the way down. So our next set of checks will be at 10,000 feet. Transition altitude here at East Midlands is going to be 6,000 feet. We'll do it at 10. Just to give the aircraft time to settle in. There's our turn towards Hemel. And we're just crossing the Lambourne VOR. Again, we're aiming 22,000 at Hemel, which is what our profile path is set for. We're on profile. So, I'm going to turn on traffic. We'll just see who's out and around. A lot of aircraft down here around the London area. Should be a little quieter up north. So the East Midlands Airport is not located with a city, but it is in the East Midlands, obviously, the middle part of the country, the eastern part, near Nottingham and Loughborough, Shepshed, Derby. I guess Derby and Nottingham are the big major cities in the area. That's kind of the area we're flying up to. We're going to fly over Northampton and that as we come in. Leicester as well, but we're going to basically overfly Leicester. Probably pop outside and take a look. We're kind of heading up this way. Not too bad. Clouds are holding off. It's good. There's Heathrow down there. Again, we're going to be avoiding that. Pass through 24,000 feet. Speed's holding. You're flying UPS? Oh, that's cool. UPX Cargo Lux and fly UK Cargo. It's all good. I was chatting with Kevin in the Discord, and I think we may look at 747 passenger runs as well, with the improvements they've made to the aircraft. All right, we're coming on to the arrival now. There's our 2,000 feet at Hemel. Sitting down to Welland, and then we have to be doing 250 when we get to VLAG. That's Milton Keynes we're coming up to over here, and then it's going to be Northampton. A little bit over this way. So we're looking good. Not long now and we'll be down. We do have this little turn here where we're going to come around through Upduck around to Pigot, and then we'll be making the turn out to come in for the ILS. Interesting little jiggle there, but that's the way it is. We should be able to get ourselves lined up nicely. Brussels is going to be busy. If you've got the airport for there too, that could have been an issue with it loading in or trying to load in. All right, so we're 8,000 feet at Pigot, Pigot, and 220 knots. Hi, Molly. You're gonna have to wait. Okay. You get your dinner shortly. Yeah, you get your dinner shortly. Go chew on your bone. I gave you a fresh one. First Officer Molly looking at me. So we didn't address the transition level, but we'll do it at 10,000 feet. And that's why it's gone to orange. I guess we could have gone in and adjusted it in the other place, but that's fine. Just a reminder, we do have to do that. So at 10,000 feet, it's going to be landing lights on, logo light on, passenger signs are already on. Speeds 250 max. Should do it on its own, although we do have, yeah, it should do it on its own. ILS frequency, we have identified and verified that it is tuned in on nav1, and then altimeters we will do at 10,000 as well. Actually, we'll do the altimeters first, and then we'll go do the lights and everything. It'll be interesting to see if she starts to slow down on her own. Because I'm reading the checklist, and it does say, as you do flaps 1, flaps 5, check to see that your speeds are reducing. We'll see. Not I can always do it manually. ILS is in. There's IEME that is identified. That is correct. And a 268-degree heading is correct as well. Minimums are set. Reference speeds are set. 13,000 feet. Heading to VLAG. I'm not seeing a speed. Let's say 250. Bit of a there's okay, speed reduction 250 is kicked in, 12,000 feet. We're going to set our pressure over to local pressure. That's going to give us that drop. I knew that was coming, which is why we did it slightly early. We're going to reconnect to our path here, waiting for it to come in. We're 400 feet below. It's good that we've gone kind of level. It's given our speed a chance to reduce now to 250 knots. There's our vertical path coming in. You can see our course line starting to change here. Kevin, did you hear me when I made the radio call? Well, 10,000 feet's coming up, so we're going to be a little bit ahead of the game here. So landing lights, we're going to put the landing lights on. The logo light can come on. We'll get the wing lights on as well. Passenger signs, no requirements. Speed 250. We're down to 250. ILS frequency is confirmed. We've done that. Frequency is set. Altimeters are adjusted. So now we're coming in. We're going to be slowing to 220 knots for up dike. This is what we're heading for now. We'll bring that back. Then we're going to loop around to Peugeot, and then we're going to continue that loop around. See that random fella? Oh, he's got a Vulcan? Nice. It's 10,000 feet. Speed 220. So as we drop here below our speeds, we're good. We can go flaps 1. That's 285. Check. Flaps 1. We'll clear the checklist in a second. Flaps 1 set. We'll go flaps 5. And we're below 245. We can go flaps 10. Going to hold there at 190. It is adjusting our speeds. Okay, so we're just going to do the loop here. I'll keep her at flaps 5 for now. Bring up the checklist and descent. We are good. Approach, we're good. There we go. And next is our landing checklist. So speed brake, landing gear, and flaps. All right, we're doing the loop here. There's actually a hold here. We'd probably go into the hold for a revolution and then come out the other way. Interesting, you got such high flap deployment speeds, yet they change the speed so drastically as you put them in. Ah, there he is, Avro Vulcan. Nice. And 8,000 feet here at Peugeot, and then we're going to head up towards our entry point for the intercept, and that's going to start us dropping down 7,000, 5,000, 4,000. And we're doing a full flaps landing. Oh, we might see him as we loop around here. That's down towards London. Turning back out towards the east. And a typhoon over there. Alright, we'll consider this a loop in the hold. And there's the Vulcan. Looks like he's on the ground. Given the speed he was descending, I'm not sure that was voluntarily. So we got 8,000, 7,000. We'll be heading down. Again, we have a 2,000 foot intercept. The Typhoon. East Midlands area traffic, Skyways 5556 heavy, leaving the Peugeot hold inbound for the ILS runway 27 East Midlands. CEO of Vibes, cool name. So we're holding 8,000 for DTY 25, and then we're going to head down from there. We're on our approach, or we're heading in for our approach, Alrat. So we're just a few minutes away. Alright, localizer and glide slope are showing. Typhoon's buzzing around in front of us. I'm going to monitor speed and everything. So we'll consider ourselves on the approach. So ILS frequency is set. Altimeters are set. 990. Auto brake confirmed set 3. Landing lights are verified on. Turn-off lights are off. Wing lights and logo lights.
Currently 50 miles south of Lamburn. We're going to be flight 400 for 2000 by the Hebel 1 Echo Rival ILS 275 acres.
And there's Kevin heading down. He's over Lambourne, so he's behind us. That is good. So we're at flap 5. Once we come in and we intercept the glide slope and localizer, we'll go flaps 10, and then flaps 20, and then 30 gear, and autopilot select should be good. Yeah, I'll be with you in a few minutes, Molly. Somebody's first officer is getting a little hungry. All right, down we go. All right, we're looking good. So we're going to be doing a right-hand turn off, and we'll be heading to the east apron, or sorry, a left-hand turn off the runway. We will be heading to the east apron. All right, so we're coming down. We're through 7,000 feet. You're down. Excellent. Everything is looking... Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's get that back on. That's what I wanted. So we're looking good. We should see Kevin out there somewhere. There he is. Just popped in. Looking good. And we're heading down. The airport's just over there. It's 5,000 feet coming up, and we're going to do 4,000, descending down to 2,000 for FF27, which is the intercept point. The glide slope. That's all good. We can actually quickly, if we go to RadNav, we can tune in the ADF 353.5. Put it on ADF right, and we turn this to ADF right, and there's a marker there. That's pointing towards the marker right on the approach path. And we are descending down. Airport's in sight. Descent is continuing. It's 3,600 feet. We're now below the glide slope. There we are, making the turn. Approach mode on, localizer glide slope. Armed. As soon as we roll out, we'll start flaps and gear. Localizer capture. Runway in sight. Slight pop through center line. That's fine. It's rolling back the other way. We're on fine sensitivity on the localizer. 2,500 feet. Flaps 10. Speed 174. Gear down. Flaps 20. Speed down to 160. We'll hold flaps 20 until we're 6 miles, and we'll go flaps 30. East Midlands area traffic. Skyways 55, 56. Heavy established ILS runway 27. 7 miles, East Midlands. I like how the end of descent marker is right at the tip of the runway where we're going to be landing. It's pretty cool. hold at 2,000 and pick up the glide slope. As soon as we start down the glide slope, we'll go flaps 30. Clear that traffic away. There's us coming level. Glide slope capture. Flaps 30. Speed 160. Looking good. We got a slight crab on as we got that wind blowing in at 27 knots. It should turn to pretty much dead south at 9 knots. That should decrease our crab a little bit. You can see the call-outs there are roll out and flare. She's set for an auto land if we want to let her do it. I'm not going to worry about that. Train's starting to come in. We got some train to the south. But everything else is looking good. Speed 160. 1,000 to go. There we go. That wind is starting to veer around and die down. Land 3, mode change. Not worried about the checklist at the moment. There we're nicely lining up. 500 feet, autopilot off, I have control. Continue. Auto throttle's off.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Down. Reverser's on. $80 knots. Reverser's off. Interesting how not all the reversers went on. Auto brakes are off. And we're going to clear. Oh, no, we're not going to clear. We're going a little too fast. We're going to have to go down a little bit further. This is a small runway here. Looks like we're going all the way down to hotel. East Midlands area traffic, Skyways 55, 56 heavy, clear runway 27 at hotel, taxiing to the east apron via Alpha. Alright, let's get the flaps up, speed brakes disarmed. I don't think I armed my speed brakes actually. We'll get those off and kill the strobes. And wing lights can come off as well. Turn off lights will come on, taxi light will come on. Train radar can come off. You're at East Apron? Cool, okay, yeah, that's where we're headed as well. Alright, let's get down to the apron. Flaps are working their way up. Unfortunately, the east apron's at the far end of the field. Well, that's fine. Alright, well, that was a good flight. I didn't get to see much in the daytime, but I think we left just after sundown, and I think we've arrived here just after sundown, so we kind of made a 7-hour flight and didn't lose any time. Thanks, Alrots. Appreciate it. Once we get the aircraft down and settled and stream done, I've got a hungry first officer I gotta go take care of. Here's where we're headed. We're going to go in at uniform. And we'll pull in. It's just this apron here. This is uniform here. Get on the brakes. Sure if they've actually got parking here. They do. Where's uniform? Can we get 76? Parking, 0 suitable parking. Of course. But 76 should be the second one. Swing that tail around. Let's get the APU up and going. So this should be 75. This one should be 76, I think. Yeah, this is 76 here. We get ourselves around here. Hey, J-Hog. Yeah, we just arrived. Wasn't a bad landing. I'm really liking the 747 now that they've done the avionics, aircraft avionics update, number 2. Be interesting to see how the 787 flies, given all the changes they've made. But yeah, this one is really working well. Really enjoying it. Get that nose around onto the line here at parking spot 76. Bit of a beast to taxi, but we've made it all the way here. There we go. Alright, so let's get the taxi lights, runway turn-off lights are off. Transponder to standby. Alright, so parking brake is set. APU is on. APU generators, or actually we're going to go to external power. It's fine. The APU can go off. External power is on. Fuel control switches are off. Engine bleeds are off. APU bleed will come off as well. Hydraulic pumps are off. Fuel pumps are all coming off. Windshield heat is off. Anti-ice is off. We did run into icing on the way out. Beacon light is off.
East Midlands traffic, Carglass 192 currently overhead. Hemel,
Logo
we're
light.
from the Hemel 1 Echo.
We'll leave the
Yes.
logo light on. Seatbelt signs for the guys in the back. Yeah, they can get up and do their thing now. Light directors are off. Transponder, again, TCAS transponder is off. And the cockpit door, well, we can't unlock it, but we are done. So that concludes this flight. Thank you all very much for coming along. Kevin and Scott, thanks for flying. And Kevin's on his way in, but I have to end the stream. If we look, we can see him over there. It's descending through almost up to 20,000. But he's on his way. Well, that's going to wrap it up today. We are back tomorrow. We are flying in Japan. Be 1930 hours. We're in the ATR 72600. And we will see you there for that one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye for now.